Hello everyone, welcome to this crypto morning on Wednesday, September 18th, 2024. We've been waiting for this day, feeling it's a turning point in our lives. That's how I see it. For years, we've awaited this pivot point where rates stop rising and start falling. That's the pivot. We're there. It means in 12 months, US rates will drop from about 5.5% to 3%. What's certain is that in the medium to long term, this is extremely good news. It's economic math. It'll bring liquidity to risk markets, stocks, and cryptocurrencies. Now, a tip to protect yourself mentally on these potentially intense days. Personally, I'm preparing for the worst this morning, thinking markets might dip. Why? Because even in this negative scenario, markets tend to dip. In this scenario, I strongly believe that markets will rebound before year end. That's my firm conviction. If you approach it thinking markets will fall, you've got 2 out of 3 chances for good news if markets stabilize or surge. On the stock market front, it's a major status quo, really major. There's not even the usual market pressure where it dips a lot, maybe tomorrow, but the CAC 40 ends up 0.50%, S&P 500 perfectly balanced at 0%, then NASDAQ up 0.20%, practically zero. I love days like this. We talk about the Fed's 8 p.m. decision. But all day there's crazy data. There's price indices at 8 a.m. in England. Reminder, Bank of England decision tomorrow, 11 a.m. consumer prices. There've already been 2 rate cuts. What would be great is having solid stats on consumer prices in Europe, so we might get a 3rd one before year's end. Then lots of stats affecting prices like real estate, building permits, construction starts, oil stocks, all impact prices. At 8 p.m. we'll wrap up with the Fed's decision. For members, there's a special live stream around 8:45 to 9 p.m., which I think is only fair for our members as they help fund this channel, and it's a way to thank them. Now, tomorrow night's crucial. We'll revisit this with 24 hours to process, maybe gaining clearer insights on trends. The special live's open to all. Feel free to join, with family, friends, or solo. So where I'm keeping an eye on, and this I don't find positive, you'll see that in terms of patterns, what's interesting is that I'm leaning negative. I think it'll drop like this. But I'm not immune to good news. However, when I look at the chart patterns, I think they're just waiting to explode. They're ready to explode. I'll show you more. We see them daily. Dozens of patterns just waiting to burst. That's why deep down I think it can't fall. The markets are unpredictable. What I don't like is options expire month end on the 27th, last Friday, and they're around 57. So what are they telling us? We'll see, but likely below today's prices. But the whales are coming in strong. The volumes are shocking, exploding in 24 hours. Whales are back in the Bitcoin markets and it's ongoing. I'm seeing new crypto funds pop up daily with 500 million, 800 million, even 2 billion in assets. It's crucial to remember this because eventually all this money will flow into the market, mainly into smaller projects. They'll invest in many ventures, especially on Ethereum. It's fascinating. We can't keep up with all narratives. I've completely missed the restacking trend. Heard a lot about layer 2 solutions with their ups and downs. Many say it could be an area where significant returns are possible, so I'm starting to cautiously explore what's happening in that sector. Don't hesitate to tell me if there are any standout projects or hidden gems in restacking, but I think in the coming weeks I'll start researching and looking at interesting projects that I'll present to you if I find them compelling. Circle continues to expand, riding on the back of USDT, with USDC stablecoin set to launch on Swintwork. Naturally, Swintwork is gaining momentum right now, as is Taubitensur. Both are listed on Grayscale. As for MicroStrategy, honestly, I'm not sure where they're headed. Maybe they're aiming for 1 million bitcoins. They want to take on more debt. The company will go into debt, aiming to raise $700 million to put $500 million in Bitcoin. They already own 244,000. It's becoming surreal. I wonder how far he'll go with this. Donald Trump, he's launched his crypto project. He said very little about it. It seems he's kind of freestyling it, I think. And he's making announcements daily. Last night, we learned he'll launch a token called World Liberty Financial, the WLFI token. For sure, lots of fakes will pop up on Solana, BNB, or elsewhere, but there might be a real token, and we're hearing about a possible airdrop. An airdrop of 185 million of this token. Not much info on this token, but it's pretty amusing. It's in the news, so to speak, but these aren't the projects to focus on. These rumors, unfortunately, are quite persistent. There's been another round of FUD recently about Solana. Graphically, I think we might benefit from this kind of FUD. Some analyses have compared Solana to the new Terra Luna. Take that with a huge grain of salt. Since these rumors are common, I'm sharing it with you. There have been recent rumors about Solana. This is also very important for adoption. Everyone knows Galaxy Digital, one of the biggest crypto funds. It's key when investing long-term for adoption. Wall Street's commercial forces are currently all selling Bitcoin. They're essentially telling Bitcoin's story. It's exploding in the US and will spread globally. Remember, the ETF is only 8 months old. It'll take 2-3 years to reach Europe, I think. The Emirates and Asia will likely move faster. In 5 years, it'll be worldwide. That's huge to keep in mind. It's reassuring for long-term investors. The map shows some great things. We've got Selecti, Tau, Sui, and FTM still rising. It's crazy. I think it might hit $1 soon. What I like is he's not demanding his due. He didn't wait for the Fed's decision. He's gone. We'll see him again. IMX is looking good too. IMX is finally bouncing back. We've got little CKB still on some nice strong trends. The funny thing is, if you're new to crypto, you might think, wow, crypto looks amazing over a day, week, month, etc. What you don't see on these charts is that we've taken a 75% hit here. Even for Tau, it looks perfect on all of them. A 75% drop. So why did I say that? Well, the whales and small fry are back, 38 billion. Now we can see them coming in. It's the best indicator to see if the big players are arriving. 15 billion isn't bad, but 38 billion is key. We're getting close to 40. I think in the next 24 hours we'll get closer to 50 billion. It's often a significant sight, and when we reach over 50 billion, I hope it'll be in the green. For Bitcoin, we've been looking at the same chart and range for about 7 months with various developments. Will this head and shoulders pattern hold? I believe it will, but tomorrow could change everything. We might almost reset and see what happens. My strong belief is that even if we drop tomorrow, the range and 52,000 will hold. When I say hold, I mean it can hold like it did here. See, we were about to hit, we were going to hit 48, 49k, but we held on. I think we'll hold again. It might be better if we hit one last time. Ideally, we'd make a low at 49, then 52, then maybe 53, but slightly higher. Then we drop, making a higher low than before, setting up for a new all-time high. What tells me the market won't drop tomorrow is the ROMs. ROMs are at their 12-month low. What do you expect? For it to hit $500? I doubt that. This pattern typically signals a market drop. It's already low from 12 months ago, unlikely to drop more. Even lower, I doubt $2,000 will hold. AOs like Bitcoin, ready to pop. Near the falling 200-day moving average, same pattern. CKB shows classic growth, explosion, small flag formation. I think this trend continues, all set to explode. FTM, as discussed, shows almost cheeky behavior I love. He left 4 days ago, beaten down. He wasn't told about the major poverty, but it's fantastic, very exciting. And we talked about it recently. This little MX that's really come back from so far away. We often discuss 2 major sectors in this bull market, though we should explore others. But AI and RWA, we all agree on those. You know, I'm all over the place. I even like layer 0, 1, and 2 on Ethereum. I think gaming might be. I think some cryptos will explode this bull run coming out of nowhere. And I think among those, it could be in gaming. Could it be AMX? I really like this project and it's just lost again. Well, down 70%, and you'll say we've got plenty of those. Shoulders, head, shoulders. So there's really a season of shoulders, head, shoulders patterns. Generally, this signals a bullish phase. A significant drop would be surprising. And finally, Fetch AI is reviving the momentum quite a bit. Quietly crossing the 50-day moving average, then the 100-day. I like how it hits the 100, bounces off the 50, breaks the 100, then pulls back to it. Will it explode upwards? If the Fed meeting goes well, it could quickly hit 1.80. Lastly, Selectia has dropped hugely, losing almost all its gains. We discussed this. I think it could be a pleasant surprise. These wicks might be signaling the bottom, more or less. Lastly, today's pick. I'm not waiting for the Fed, investing 100 now. It's Kilo, a project I love, and it's becoming absurdly undervalued. I don't have a mathematical explanation, but this curve drops sharply, then stabilizes. We see the same in moving averages. If things go well with the Fed, I bet it'll hit the mark. I think it'll reach 100% in just 2-3 weeks. So I'm investing $100, getting a bit over 200 units. That's how I'm building up this position in a project I really like. Have a great day, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye everyone.